Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. A double honor to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone who taught us the truth and who rule well. Peace and love, salutations and mercy be unto the hopeful elect, you Akim and few Akwathium, that subscribe unto this truth, believing in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, with your whole heart, mind, body, and soul, waiting for these last prophecies to play out in the earth, and the return of our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai, who's coming to redeem the elect. And none of the elect will receive the mark of the beast. They're not even going to allow Esau to, stick, them with something, and give them, a vaccine. In regards to this C19, vaccine. But they're going to stand firm within their faith and their belief in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Because their eyes and ears are open to what times we're in. We're in the time where the mark of the beast is going to be implemented worldwide. It's not just going to be something that's national, that's just bound to this one country, which is spiritually known as Babylon. This is something that's going to happen worldwide, and we're seeing them, as they set the stage, to bring about their one world order, their one world government. In which they're not going to be successful, when they're at the peak of the implementation of this system, a World War III is going to break out, and this country, as you know it, is going to be destroyed. The whole land is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction, because judgment that's going to come upon Babylon, man. That's the judgment for the great whore. And the great whore, is following in that spiritual vibration, of ancient Babylon, in Babylon, that was before, when the nations came together and their language was confounded. When Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai brought confusion upon the nations, and he separated them, by way of changing their languages so that they couldn't understand each other. Because they had established a one world order, but he came down and he broke that up. Well, Yahweh Shai is coming back this time, but instead of, confounding their language, he's going to fight against these nations. This article that inspired the lesson reads, WHO pushes international C19, Crown Royal 19 treaty, another stepping stone to world government. A one world order, a new world order. And that's the agenda of Esau Edom. They were set up to, be empowered and to expand this empire. Which this empire, this isn't nothing but the Roman Empire. It just expanded further than what it was 2,000 years ago. It expanded further. And the new capital of this empire is America, which is the whore. And it's through this whore, that confusion is going out, throughout the earth. It's through this whore who has changed the policies and the democracy, the foreign democracies, religions and ways of life, the monetary system of the world, man. And who is going to cause all of these nations to adopt this policy, to push on their people the mark of the beast. And as you notice that within any country, no matter where it is, they pretty much have the same idea or mind state of how they're attacking this C19. Because eventually, what are they going to do? Eventually, they're going to implement the mark of the beast. And this is going to be everywhere. And this thing, which is the MOB, the Karagba, that they're going to insert inside of your hand or inside of your forehead. It's going to replace money. It's going to set the tone for a police state. A surveillance state where everything is being monitored and recorded. And when I say everything, I mean everything, man. So there will be no hiding. There will be no secrets that you can hide. There will be no anonymity. You won't be able to be anonymous. Going off the grid will be a luxury. All right, if you're able to. And that's if you're a partaker of this society. But we understand that the elect will not bow down to worship the image of the beast. All right, and whosoever receive Esau's Maxine, all right, that proves who's willing to bow down and worship the image of the beast and to comply with his ways. All right, and will eventually receive the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip or brain implant. But as I stated earlier, this is something that's going to happen worldwide. Now, reading on a little bit of this article, it says the WHO is promoting a new international or C-19 treaty to be drawn up and signed by the world's nations. In their announcement on March 30th, 2021, entitled C-19 shows why united action is needed for more robust international health architecture. Which they're trying to come at this thing with the same energy and vibration, as they came with after, World War I and World War II. How the nations gathered together. The UN was formed. And matter of fact, let me grab this real fast. Or let me look this up. All right. When was the UN created? Yup, it says right here on October 24th, 1945, San Francisco, California. That's when the United Nations was established. So this was in the 1940s, after World War I, after World War II. All right. And why was the UN created? Let's look that up. And it says the United Nations is an international organization founded in 1945 after the Second World War by 51 countries committed to maintaining international peace and security, developing friendly relations among nations, and promoting social progress, better living standards, and human rights. So they're trying to come with the same energy. All right, and that's the reason why they've created an enemy of all nations through the C-19. All right, so that through their deceivableness, all right, through their lying wonders, all right, they can cause all of these nations to come together with one mind, all right, and to push upon the world and upon their nation and the people of these nations, which will eventually be this mark of the beast system. All right, so they're trying to unite against, a common cause. And who's really spearheading the movement? Babylon the whore, man. Genesis the 11th chapter, verse 1, and the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, go to, let us build us a city in the tower, whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And Yahweh came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men had builded. And Yahweh said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand another speech. All right, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai confounded the language of the people. So Yahweh scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore, the name of it is called Babel, because Yahweh did there confound the languages language of all the earth, and from thence did Yahweh scattered them abroad upon the face of the earth. So the place is called Bubal, Salakia. The word for confounded was Balal, and the word for confusion is Bubal. All right. So it says in the place is called Babel or Babal within the correct Hebrew, Babal. And that's where the word Babylon comes from, confusion. All right, because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai confounded their languages. All right, just like Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to confound them this time. All right, he's going to destroy America. All right, because I said that America was spearheading the whole thing. Going back to one of the articles, which this one is from directly from the WHO, it says C19 shows why united actions is needed for more robust international health architecture. The C19 is the biggest challenge to the global community since the 1940s. All right, and I gave the history, all right, the background on what happened, all right, prior to the 1940s, all the way up into that time. You had two great wars, which they're saying that this C19 is on the same level as World War I and World War II. All right, and that they must come together unitedly to prevent this situation. And that's how you know that all of these nations are going to get on board when it comes down to the MOB system, the Mark of the Beast system. At that time, following the devastation of two world wars, political leaders came together to forge a multilateral system. The aims were clear: to bring countries together, to dispel the temptation of isolation and nationalism, and to address the challenges that could only be achieved together in the spirit of solidarity and cooperation, namely peace, prosperity, health, and security. Today we hold the same hope that as we fight to overcome the C19 together, we can build a more robust international health architecture, all right, that will protect future generations. And ultimately, that health architecture is going to be through the health system that they're going to implement the RFID chip and the brain implant as a solution for this world problem. In all of these nations, as you've seen them, use the same tactics and method, to combat the C19, the global lockdowns, the shutting down of businesses, people losing their businesses, quarantines and isolations and, martial law or emergency management acts. All right, penalizing those that are considered C19 breakers. All right, pushing a mass vaccine on the planet, their population, the people of their nations, making it mandatory. All right, you know that they're going to get on board when it comes down to implementing the RFID chip and the brain implant. All right, which is the mark of the beast. And who's setting the tone for that? All right, who's setting the standard? All right, you have an individual, which if you go and look up, who's the world's greatest doctor, all right, the number one top doctor, if you Google that, then you will find out exactly who I'm talking about. All right, and what country does he come from? All right, he comes from this place, man. So anyways, this Mark of the Beast system is what's going to be put in. It's already here, but they're going to force people to receive the Mark of the Beast by way of stripping away their privileges, stripping away their way of life, and understanding that people will do anything to have health and wealth. So they'll be willing to receive this mark in order to be able to buy and sell again. In order to go back to being normal. So this will be the hour of temptation. And it says within the scriptures, Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So the hour of temptation is going to be something that comes upon everyone that dwells upon the earth. All right, this is something that's going to be done worldwide. When you look up the word for world, the word there is oikomene within the Greek, and it says the inhabited earth.